Hi, I'm the Reverend Naomi King, and today in the Prayer Frames series, I'd like to talk to you about the prayer that is sorry. Not that you have sorry prayers as in they should be condemned, but in the sense that we are feeling that we have harmed a relationship and we need to do some work of acknowledging that and seeking ways of making amends and repair. We might have that experience directly with our sense of God, if God is vertical, or the ground of being, which is all out here. We may also have that as a feeling because we have failed to do or we have done, intentionally or unintentionally, something that has harmed another person or something that has harmed this earth. And since loving one another and loving this earth is part of how we love the holy and the sacred, sorry prayer may begin to help us take responsibility and have the courage to go ahead and work on repairing that relationship that's this way or this way, as well as this way. You may be more familiar with prayers of confession. Prayers of confession tend to acknowledge that there is stuff that we do and there's stuff that we don't do in our relationship with God that needs to be attended to every week. We may not even remember all that stuff that we've done. And so it's a good way of remembering, well, yeah, we're human, we make mistakes. It also moves extremely quickly to words of reassurance and forgiveness, at least in corporate Christian prayer. And I would encourage you, therefore, in your personal sorry prayers, not to use a corporate prayer of confession. Because we need to spend some time with how miserable we feel. Not because misery is great for the human spirit, but because we've actually done something wrong. And we learn better about having done that wrong thing when we can stay present to our own discomfort and open our hearts to be able to be available to attend to the other person's discomfort and pain. If we can't stay present to our own discomfort, it's going to be a lot harder to stay present to and not immediately rush to try to fix, deny, displace, or dismiss the other person's experiences, the other person's pain. It is that much easier to also dismiss those who are nonverbal that we may have injured, whether it's animals that have different language than we do, or it's the earth, or it's a nonverbal person. I certainly, when I wasn't able to speak verbally, experienced plenty of grief over that when folks inadvertently spoke around me and didn't direct their speech to me. Isn't sorry would be part of repairing that relationship. So sorry acknowledges we've done it. That's the beginning. We feel bad about it. We're sharing that we feel bad about it. And then we move into, this is the courage that I need to have heart, to be open-hearted and vulnerable enough to attend to the hurt that's been caused. I have had experiences with people that I have inadvertently hurt that I've held on to it for years until they had a chance to come and talk to me. And I could say sorry, really deeply sorry, and attend to how I hurt them. That kind of vulnerability is really important. I wouldn't have been able to do that without practicing my own spontaneous prayers of sorry, where I could be in that feeling and know that there was no easy way out and no easy fix. And yet that I could have courage to attend to, well, I'm feeling bad. Probably this other being is feeling bad too. That is the sorry prayer that is really important to pay attention to on a daily basis, and recognize that God the grounded being, the holy, is so much bigger than our own ability to make mistakes, and so much more understanding and forgiving. I'm far less concerned about this kind of sorry prayer, um, except as part of taking care of this kind of sorry prayer, preparing ourselves to engage with those that we need to around us, how we love ourselves, each other, the stranger, this world, and how we attend to and make amends in our relationships. If you find yourself stuck in this prayer frame, as with any other prayer frame, it is good to go ahead and seek a little assistance. A professional counselor, therapist, or spiritual leader can help you listen a little more attentively to why you're feeling so sorry and how you might be able to begin taking on responsibility and repairing those relationships that need repair. It isn't easy, and it is really good for us not to just feel abject and sorry, but to go ahead and acknowledge the stuff that really we do bear responsibility for, whether we intended or not, whether it was because we failed to do something that was needful or we did something that was wrong. That's part of being human, and that's why we have a prayer that begins in the place of sorry. I hope that your sorry prayers are helpful and draw you back into developing right relationship and repairing relationships with the beloved, with strangers, with family and friends, with coworkers, with this whole world. Have a blessed day.